Hey, I'm doing my throughout the years grade 1 video right now, and I started grade 1 when I was 6, and Kate, one second, this is so annoying. Brett is like spamming me. Thanks, Brett. Um, I'm sorry. So grade 1, I started to go to school, obviously. I lived in a small town, and everybody I went to kindergarten with went in my class, so like it was literally the exact same class. And our school was really small. We only had one class with like 20 kids in it, and that was it. And in my last video, I talked about how I didn't like my friend Julia for like a year, and then I did like her the second year of kindergarten, and she became like my best friend. Well, the summer before I went to grade 1, she got in a really bad accident. She was tying her shoe behind her dad's car, and he didn't see her, and he drove over her, and it went to like her hip, like right here. That's where he drove, and it got her hip bone on one side, and her leg was like this much shorter than her other leg. I don't know. It was really weird, and like when you're that young, you don't understand. So all I was told is that she was really badly hurt, and I didn't really like that, and they wouldn't let me come see her for a while. So that was a bummer summer right there. Going into grade 1, she was finally okay. We literally hung out all the time. Her house was really close to the school, so it was mine. So we always hung out, like literally every day. So grade 1, I walked in, and I was scared. Like, I didn't have my mom. I didn't have my dad. I didn't have my kindergarten teachers that I've known. I had a new teacher, and she was really old, and she was really scary, and, I don't know, she was really scary and strict. And in Germany, we don't have, public schools or Christian schools, or, like, Catholic schools, sorry. So we have them, like, mixed, and where we have, like, it's public school, but then once a week we have religion class. So the first day I walked in, I was really scared, and we had a talking circle, and we introduced everyone, and it was nice. Well, I don't know why we had to introduce each other. We all knew each other, except there was like one new kid, and so we all introduced, like, met each other better, like, talked about our summer, and there was a little table in the middle, and it had candles on it, flowers, and a cross, and it was one of those crosses you can take apart, and it's like 2 little sticks, and halfway through the year, my teacher was psycho. Okay, I'm warning you, my teacher was psycho. And someone took apart the cross, and she got really, really mad. Not because someone took apart the cross, but because they didn't ask her before. She was psycho. So she went around asking everybody in private who did it, and if they knew anything. And nobody knew anything except for frickin' Julia. Guess what Julia did? She was an attention whore, so she said I did it. Awesome. I did do it. I didn't even touch that cross. I don't know why she did it. So I walked in the classroom the next day, and my teacher got like really mad at me, and she flipped out. And then we had to have another talking circle about how wrong was what I did and how I lied. I was like, oh, I didn't do anything. I don't know. She was just whack. Grade 1 started when grade 1, you don't really do a lot, but you start to learn, like, basic things. In Germany, the school system goes a lot faster than the Canadian school system, and so we learned things at a faster pace earlier, and we started to learn how to, I think my first day of kindergarten, I had homework, which was, like, the worst thing ever, and it was learning how to write eyes, and it was, like, a little picture of a girl under an umbrella, and you had to draw eyes, like the letter I, and it was really like terrible, and we were like comparing skills because we were cocky little fucks, and this guy was like, I can read, and so he showed us how he could read, and like nobody believed him. We're like, no, you can't, you're grade 1, like how can you do that? So he showed us that he could read, and our teacher was really impressed, so she thought, now everybody has to read. And it was like the 3rd day, and we already started reading, and we felt like overachievers. And yeah, so we all started reading that year, except he went at it like a grade 3 pace, so he could like fluently read the sentence. He'd be like, the dog jumped over the fence. and we'd be like the dog like jumped over. Like, it was terrible. So literally, probably half of my grade 1 year was spent with little kids stuttering, trying to read dog. Me and Julia had on-off friendships. Like, we were totally fun, and then one day, like, randomly we'd fight, and then I told my mom about it, and yeah, and then the next day we'd be best friends. That's all I remember. I remember Julia's brother being the most annoying thing ever. He would, like, chase us around with, like, an electric chainsaw. It was, like, a real chainsaw, but it was, like, a mini edition that she stole from his dad's garage, and it was really scary. I remember one time I was at Julia's house, and her house had a pond in the front yard, and we had a sleepover outside in the tent, and, I can't sleep in sleeping bags. Like, I'm a really, like, when I sleep, I turn a lot. So the sleeping bag was just, like, the most terrible thing ever. So I didn't get a lot of sleep that night. I remember Julia waking me up, asking me to go to the bathroom with her inside the house. And I didn't want to go. I didn't want to get up. I was just too lazy. And so she got out of the tent to walk to her house, which was literally, like, maybe, like, 20 feet away. And she stepped on a frog, and she fell in the pond. She fell in the frickin' pond. So, literally, all we did was, like, get her out of the pond, and then we had to sleep inside, and it ruined the whole night. That's all I remember. We started track and field days in grade 1, and, I got first in sprints. I was so excited. I went against the guys, and I got first in sprints. I was so excited. I was such a hyper kid. I had, like, so much sugar before. I put, like, extra cereal in my sugar. And, I was just hyper, and I did really good, and I was so proud of myself. And I learned to read, and I learned to write fancy letters, but I only learned to write them in, like, big. And then grade 2 year was spent learning the small version of them. And so all in was capital letters that year. I learned color. Actually, I knew my colors already. That would be awkward if I didn't. I don't have any siblings, so there's no, like, sibling stories. We went on a trip to Italy. So when I was growing up, my auntie lived with us, and she's my mom's sister, and I love her to God. I love her so much. And I think my first year of kindergarten, she moved to Spain. And, she worked as, like, a babysitter there. And, so, grade 1 year, the summer going into grade 1, I think we actually went to Spain on vacation. And, that was really fun. It was the first time I was on a plane, and I was really scared. Like, I'd never been on a plane. I was just so scared. I thought I was gonna, like, die, and then I got there, and it was just so fun. We went out or whatever, and then my auntie lived there for, like, 3 years, and, we had, oh my gosh, I cannot talk today. So we went to Italy because she had been with this guy for a year or so, and she had my baby cousin Jessica, who I love a lot. I love you, Jessica. And, she was getting her christening there. So we all went to Italy, and I don't remember that much. I remember, like, I was a really girly girl in grade 1, so all I really remember was going to, like, the Chanel store and just being so proud that, hey, I was at the Chanel store. So I took pictures there, and, all I really remember was while I went on vacation, I went to Spain, and I went to Italy. Italy, nothing big happened. I literally just met my, auntie's, boyfriend's family, and, I think a couple months after Jessica's christening, they got married. And, that's all I remember. And then the summer going into grade 2, I'm just going to do that in this video. The summer going into grade 2, I, went to Spain again with my dad and my mom. And, I had a second cat, and his name was Mikey. It was a real nice name. And after we got Mikey, Gizmo was all okay. And, so we got that, and, he was the sweetest little cat ever. But we'd always lock him in the hallway when he was a kitty because we had stone in the hallway. So if he peed somewhere, like, yeah. So he wouldn't pee, like, all over the carpet. And, weirdly, we always found the door open when we got home. And we didn't know what it was. And then I stayed home sick one day, and my mom was home, and she was doing, like, the laundry in the basement. And, I just heard the door open, and I was like, what is that? And I turned around, and it was my cat, and he was jumping up, and he grabbed the door, and he literally opened it, so my cat could open doors. And so we went to Spain, and we had our neighbor watch Mikey and Gizmo, and we went on vacation. All I really remember was going to the beach, eating really good food, and just meeting, like, my auntie's, like, good family friends, well, her friends, and, like, going to restaurants, and that's all I remember. And I remember going mini golfing, and I did this every time I went to Spain. I've been to Spain 4 times. Mini golfing at a Jurassic Park mini golf course, so everything was like dinosaurs, and the first time I went, I was so scared. Like, I was like they were like almost life size, so they were huge, and I was like yay big. I mean, I'm still yay big, but I was still tiny. I was like freaking, I don't even know, like 3 or 4 or something. I was probably like 3 something in grade 1. I was tiny. I've always been a tiny child. And I would always get so scared of them. And we went like almost every night. So every night I kind of got okay with it, but it was really scary. So that was what we did in Spain. Nothing big happened. We went shopping, and we went around, and we just like looked around the island, and we don't go to Spain. We go to Mallorca, which is just an island of Spain, and it's really nice there, and it's really hot, and it's like a great time. And that's all there really was. We got home, and Mikey ran away. He, like, opened the door or something and ran away. I don't even know what happened. Like, I still don't really know the story because I don't know my old neighbor number, and I can't really ask. And she was the one watching my cats. So, yeah, deep down, I kind of hope he found a better home. And if he didn't, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have gone on vacation. I love you so much. That's all I remember, so I guess I'm gonna end it there. I'm sorry, this is a really long video of really random, like, memories. Like, I don't remember anything really in order. That's all I can remember. I'm really, like, I'm done doing videos for today, so I'll put up more tomorrow or sometime next week. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And yeah, that's my grade 1 year, and that was my summer going into grade 1, my summer going into grade 2, and my grade 1 year. And it was probably the worst video ever. I'm so sorry. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Love you.